Once again, I welcome you in grade 10th math online class. My dear, I am going to recap the polynomial which is taught by me. Okay, polynomial, three types: linear, quadratic, and cubic. These are types of polynomial. By quadratic also, but I am going to recap of these three terms. Linear, standard form: ax plus b, where a and b are any real number and a is not equal to 0. About degree, having 1, degree of the variable is 1. If variable's degree is 1, certainly it is a linear and it has 1 root. ZERO, 0. Zeros, 1. Same way, standard form of quadratic equation, a polynomial is ax square bx plus c, where a, b, c are any real number and a is not equal to 0, having degree 2, zeros 2 zeros, at most 2 zeros, at most 2 zeros, and here is a 1 0. My dear, I have taught you about the representation of the graph of linear polynomial. Graph of linear polynomial always will be straight line graph, and it cuts x-axis. It cuts x-axis on x-axis at a single point. Okay, like, my dear, suppose this is a Cartesian plane. Okay, x dash o and x is a axis, y o y dash. Which type of graph will be? I said you like a straight line graph. Here it cuts x-axis. Okay, na? It means if degree of linear polynomial is 1, certainly it has 1 0 and it will cut x-axis at a single point. Such type of representation of graph will be, yes. In quadratic polynomial, here is a power 2, degree 2, certainly it has 2 zeros, at most 2 zeros, you can say, maybe single, none, 0, 1 and 2, maximum 2 zeros will be. In this case, graph of the quadratic equation will be in this way. Look, this is representation of, this is the representation of graph of quadratic equation. Yes, you know it is a Cartesian plane. Here 4 quadrant, first, second, third, fourth. Now I am going to show you which type of graph will be of the quadratic polynomial. Suppose just this type of graph. Such type of graph, upward curve, opening upward, opening upward, opening upward. Suppose here is a y is equal fx. Well, its degree is 2. Certainly two. Once again, I'm going to erase this like this type of graph. It cuts x-axis here and here also. It has 2 zeros. Opening upward, it means the degree of the quotient of x square. Quotient of x square is a positive. Quotient of x square is positive. Y is equal fx is a polynomial. It cuts, crosses x-axis at a 2 point, and I am looking here. Opening of this curve is upward. It means it has 2 zeros. 2 zeros, 2 zeros. Yes, it had 2 zeros, and coefficient of x square is positive. Will be positive. My dear, now I am going to show you downward curve. 2 types of graph will be from the quadratic equation. If we represent quadratic equation polynomial on the Cartesian plane, there are 2 types of graph shown. Look, suppose this is once again a Cartesian plane. Y dash, this is origin, x dash. Now this type of graph, is it downward? Here 2 zeros, opening downward. If opening is a downward, then the coefficient of x square, coefficient of x square is negative. These 2 curves, opening downward, opening upward, is known as parabolas. You can represent such type of polynomial on the Cartesian plane. Okay. Now here is a cubic polynomial. Cubic, you know, standard form ax cube bx square cx plus d. Here a, b, c and d are any real number and a is not equal to 0, having degree 3. If there is a degree 3, it has at most 3 zeros. How many zeros? At most 3 zeros. ZEROES. You will write clearly, you know. Okay. In the linear form, a straight line graph will be. In the quadratic polynomials form, there are two types of opening downward curve or opening upward curve will be. Both are combinedly known as parabolas. You will clear it. Okay. And my dear, I am going to show you some examples of the line graph. Look. Okay. I am going to erase this. Okay, my dear, look, there is a different type of graph which is drawn by me on the blackboard, and my dear, such type of questions are like in your NCERT book from the page chapter number 2.1. You can see. My dear, this graph y is equal gx. Which type of graph is a straight graph? It cuts x-axis at a single point. Therefore, it is a linear having only 1 0. Here, y is equal fx. What you are looking? Y is equal fx is a parabola opening upward. Therefore, it is a quadratic polynomial. It crosses x-axis at a two distinct point. Certainly, it has 2 0 and coefficient of x square will be positive. Here, what you are looking, this is also a representation of graph. Here 1, 2, 3 zeros are, but you are looking here is not in the pattern. It is neither, you can say, linear or not quadratic. This is the neither linear or not quadratic polynomial because graph of y equal px is not in the form of this type and opening upward or opening downward. So it is neither linear or not quadratic polynomial, but it has 3 zeros. Why? Because it crosses x-axis at 3 points. Yes? Now I am going here. Y is equal qx. Y is equal qx is a polynomial. Its opening is a downward curve. Its opening is a downward curve. It touches x-axis at a single point. Here only can look here at a single point. Certainly it had 1 0, but this is a downward opening. Therefore, coefficient of x square will be negative. In this way, you can represent graph of quadratic polynomial or linear polynomial. In the next, I will talk about cubic polynomial. Yes, I am going to erase the blackboard here. Okay, cubic polynomial, you know very well standard form ax cube bx square cx plus d, where a, b, c and d are a real number and a is not equal to 0 degree, at most 3. Okay, my dear, we have to satisfy this standard form by putting the value of its zeros. At most 3 0, that means it has 3 zeros, alpha, beta or gamma. Let it has 3 zeros, alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha, beta and gamma are the zeros of cubic polynomial by the factor theorem. I have not taught you. By the factor theorem, there are 3 factors of this cubic polynomial. Factors of cubic polynomial are x minus alpha, x minus beta and x minus gamma. These are factors. Suppose fx is equal let fx is equal k into all these factors. By multiplying, you will get this x minus alpha, x minus beta, x minus gamma. Here k is a constant. K is a constant. By multiplying fx, this is fx is ax cube bx square cx plus d, cubic polynomial, and the factors of the cubic polynomial are x minus alpha, x minus beta and x minus gamma. These are the zeros. You can multiply this. Suppose fx is equal k x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square plus alpha beta, beta gamma plus alpha gamma into x minus alpha beta gamma Yes. If we will open this bracket, we will get like this: kx cube minus k alpha beta gamma x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma alpha gamma. Here also will be k, x minus k alpha beta gamma. You can write here fx is equal ax cube bx square cx plus d is constant term is equal this whole term. Once again you can write minus k alpha beta not y, just like gamma plus k alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma into x minus k alpha beta gamma. Symbol is gamma. Yes, it is. On comparing what you are looking, this is kx cube, coefficient of x cube here k, which is constant. This is the a. On this basis, my dear, a is equal k, b is equal minus k alpha beta gamma, c is equal k alpha beta gamma plus gamma alpha, and constant term is equal to minus constant alpha beta gamma. You have to compare. No? After that, we will get formula of sum of the zeros. Suppose I am going to erase. Hello. My dear, to establish the relation between the zeros and coefficient of the cubic polynomials, I am going to find out the formula of products of zero, sum of the zeros. Okay. On comparing, here a is equal k. My dear, I am going to compare the degree of coefficient x cube, x square, x and constant term. This is the coefficient of x cube, and here b is equal coefficient of x square minus k alpha beta gamma. Yes, and coefficient of c, this means this term, coefficient of x alpha beta, a sum of the c is equal, what I said, c, this whole term k alpha beta gamma alpha gamma. Yes, and product and the comparing constant d minus k alpha beta and gamma. Okay, now you have to find out the formula of the products of zeros, sum of the zeros. Suppose alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal minus b by a. Why this equal? B by a minus b by a. Alpha beta, beta gamma and alpha gamma is equal, this term is here, c is equal this much, c by a, k cancel, c by a, and d is equal, sorry, not d, product alpha, beta and gamma is equal minus d by a. Okay, by this formula you can establish relation between the zeros and its coefficient, just like in quadratic polynomial you have read formula x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of 0. This is the formula to gain the quadratic polynomial when sum of the zeros and product of zeros are given. My dear, you have to at first master your concept by which you can get the accuracy to solve the question. At the end of the video, I suggest you, this is my request to you all, you have to try to solve sums on the basis of this formula. I will send you some questions, some sums in the group. Certainly you have to solve it. I want to see your capability. You will send it in group. You can in my personal WhatsApp number. My dear, you are very good students. You all, I don't want to take name of anyone. In this situation, you are in the condition of lockdown because we have to defeat the COVID-19 by taking major precaution, which is given by the guideline of government of India. In this regard, I am telling you, health is very important. We have to take balanced diet, take light exercise, and in this way you can enhance your immune system. And if you are healthy, you are fit, certainly no one virus can harm you. Okay, best of luck for your health. Try to solve sums. Okay.